What it be like, you already know what it is. It's your boy Calvin Like My Way. And today I want to give a quick review on the movie Black Panther. Alright, flat out. First thing first, the Black Panther has the absolute most packed star power cast, period. The acting was top notch, the emotion, the storyline, superb. The plot makes a lot of sense. We get backstory into T'Challa's father, the king, his brother, and T'Challa's cousin, which we'll find out to be Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, which does a phenomenal job as what's been proclaimed as the best Marvel villain, period. What makes him a great villain, in my personal opinion, is that he's relatable, and he's right. In many respects, he's not. I wouldn't say he's right in his tactics, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But this movie really covers all facets of the black community. The line that had been drawn in the proverbial sand, as far as a difference, or African Americans versus Africans, and the feeling that, you know, some African Americans have when it comes to Africa, as far as like, hey, why didn't y'all come help? Why didn't y'all come get us? As well as the line drawn in the sand between civil rights leaders. You get the ideals of a Malcolm X versus a Martin Luther King in some respects. We also get the ideal of being loyal to the kingdom, and loyal to family. Man, I mean, really, this movie, in-depth, thorough review of this movie would be longer than the movie, because it's filled with such imagery and beauty and symbolism, because it's in there. Even whenever at the beginning of the movie, you get a breakdown of like the history of the kingdom of Wakanda, how this meteorite fell in the forest of Wakanda, and this mountain made this mountain. It's pretty much vibranium, and these 5 kingdoms pretty much develop around it, or sections of kingdom, which is the whole of Wakanda. And throughout the imagery, you get the sense, at least I did, of a the reflection of like a Eden, like the Garden of Eden. You know what I mean? It was really beautiful. It was great. The action, oh my God, the fight scenes were amazing. The difference between the fight styles of Killmonger and the Black Panther, I mean, it was just intense. Especially whenever they fought in the challenge scene. Whenever Killmonger challenged for the throne, which if you didn't see the movie yet, you need to check it out anyway. But I mean, in that fight scene, you see 2 styles that one is more fluid and flowy versus and another style that was more powerful and attacking. You know what I mean? And I think it really speaks to the characters themselves. You know, with a name like Killmonger, we know this dude is chasing kills. He said he trained all his life to kill T'Challa, or the Black Panther, and get revenge for what happened to his father. And when watching this film, me myself, I could, as I'm watching the film, I'm hearing Killmonger give his spiel, and I'm like, this brother's right. Like, yo, this brother's right. He has a complete right to feel the way he feels. He's right. They killed, someone killed your father and left him and left you. He's right. Why didn't, you look out for your people? Right. You know what I mean? And then the conflict or the facing of the truth when it comes to colonization and how it has affected and molded this world that we live in, that truth was so heavy that it absolutely, in some scenes, I'm telling you, it shakes you to your core. There were times I hear other people give reviews talking about how you can hear a pin drop whenever Killmonger dropped the line about, nah, don't bury me, throw my body in the ocean, like my ancestors that jumped off the boat because they knew that they'd rather take death than become slaves. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, that's heavy, man. And that idea or that voice is still valid. It's truth. And now going back to T'Challa, who's actually right as well. This brother, he had to come to the fact that his father wasn't the great, wasn't only the great man that he knew, but he also had faults, which all men do, right? And he came to a realization that there was something that his father hid from his cousin and his uncle, and it made him look at things different. And like his father told him in his dream sequence, you are a good man, but it's hard for a good man to be king. This movie was heavy, man. I mean, on a scale of, 5 stars, I mean, you really got to give this movie 5 stars, period. And honestly, like, I went with my wife to see this movie. I'm going to see it again. But with my wife to see the movie, and she was like, wow, it's been like 2 hours. Like, it didn't feel like it. Because as you're watching this film, truth be told, the story flows so perfectly. You're so into it. You see the beauty of the country. You're into the story. You're into the characters. Denai Guerrero, oh my gosh, she killed in this movie. Who plays Michonne on The Walking Dead. I mean, beast. I mean, the entire cast was just off the chain. You really got to give this movie a 5. What I will say, and my prediction, because we all know that the next phase and Marvel is coming. Thanos is coming on the scene, right? With the next Avengers movie and so forth. But my prediction, I think this movie tracks and does so well that the timeline that we have for the next Black Panther movie is gonna be moved up. Because I must say this movie has been phenomenal and it's tracking well. Last numbers I was seeing, talking about 200 million. That's a lot of money on some opening weekend type stuff. But I predict that Black Panther 2 at 3 or whatever, like, it's all coming soon. So if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. I try to stay out of spoilers as far as like telling too much of the movie. But if you're watching the video, obviously you wanted to know anyway. And I got spoilers in the topic. But realistically, man, if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. If you have seen it, go see it again. Phenomenal stuff. And I must say, this movie, without my biases, is close, if not number one, because in my personal opinion, the number one movie made so far in the Marvel MCU is Captain America Civil War. I think that movie was like, no, not Civil War, Winter Soldier. I think Winter Soldier has had the best story, plot, and so forth. on such a level that it's killed all the other movies. Thor Ragnarok, it came out. It's Thor movies, ain't that good. But if Black Panther isn't #1, which it probably is, especially when we start counting all this money that this Joker's about to generate, I'd say it's #1. But if not more #1, it's got to be a close #2. To only be challenged by Winter Soldier, because that movie was the heat too. So go check it out. That's my review. Like, subscribe. I don't really do movie reviews unless they the heat. But just check me out. Check my stuff out. Hope you enjoy the movie. Subscribe and all that good stuff. Till next time, be blessed. Chill.